Hello everyone, this is Rosemary, and this is a journal a little bit different than what I usually do, and it was with the binding wires. This was for a swap, and I like using these because these are a lot of fun. But what I really want to show you is the closure. This closure, I saw it on Pinterest, and it was a bookmark, and it is, I think, a really effective or something different. And what you do, and I attach mine here on the back, but it's a piece of ribbon that you sew on the back. You see how I just sewed the two ends. And these two ends, well actually, one I sewed just to so it's more of a finished edge, and one I sewed to loop some elastic. And all I did was glue it. And this closure, I think, is just something different. I haven't seen it on junk journals, but it was on Pinterest, so I guess people have been using them. So you saw how I moved the elastic. All you did is I tied it, I sewed a button onto one end, and you can see how I just sewed it by hand. And I just tied the loop of elastic on the opposite side. There you see. And so it opens the closure, and then you can decorate it. Now if you don't attach it, you can move it around, but I wanted it to stay in one place. And I had been given some of these flowers in Happy Mail, and I thought it just went well with the cover. So this is the main reason I'm doing a walkthrough, is the closure. So you might try it. I think but the only thing I would say is what I was really surprised was that the length, you should at least get it to meet. When you cut, to meet all the way around, because by the time you flip over these edges right here, you kind of have a space right there. So depending on how much space you want. I just thought I'd let you know about that. So when you have them, put the two ends to meet, and then you can flip it over, and it will help you estimate how much ribbon. So anyway, I love these kinds of journals, and I love to use up a lot of scrap paper this way. This is a type of junk journal. And I basically left this cover plain because the paper was beautiful, and I let the closure be the decoration. But if you have a lot of scrap paper, and this I always think are wonderful for young people or some students who have classes, because I would have loved to have had this. Or if you're working a job or you have to sit in meetings. I know a lot of people do a lot of their note-taking electronically, but if you know someone who takes notes for a class or just a meeting, this is a wonderful type of journal. This is the pocket here. This was a file folder, and everyone sees this book belongs to. These are my Janie's Girls. I'm trying to use up all the goodies people have sent me today, and I put the Janie's Girls, and I usually just use my Copics to give the skin color, and then I leave them blank because I think that would be something for the new owner to color. So that's why you'll see the Janie's Girls. This was some paper, copy paper, the letterhead that I found many years ago. And what I did different this time is I glued it together. So you see the front and the back, because I thought, it was such a cheerful color. And the paper itself is a decoration. And then I put a wide variety. Again, more letterhead paper. Here's some napkin decoupage. I don't really do a lot of decorating because I let the paper do the talking, so to speak. So, as you can see, for a young person, and people are wondering about, well, I don't have one of these. Well, I picked up mine, and I don't know if it's a Zutter or what it is, but I picked it up on, I think, eBay, and it was used. So again, and I know a friend that I tried hers out before I decided to purchase mine. She had found hers at a thrift store. So again, if you're not sure you're going to want to use one of these, look and purchase a used one. This is a die cut, and I thought this little tag went perfectly with it. And a little bit of napkin decoupage there. And I like to do my decorating on the opposite page, not so much on this one, because like I said, I picture this as someone writing on them. So, and I love to include these color on pages. And again, you see what I am talking about. And I think for a young person, these are just kind of, I guess you might call it a smash book. I don't really know. And you can see my Janie's Girls, and somebody can doodle on it. And I love to just use a wide variety of papers and pockets and envelopes. It is just fun that you could glue things and have just a little bit of fun with the paper. This is a good place to use stationery. That's stationery. This is stationery. And I pick up a lot of stationery at the thrift store. This is just a little bit of napkin. So you see, it's just really lightly embellished. I do put a little bit here and there. And I did learn how to, I'm working on my collaging, which one of the things I love to do with these girls is I love to put captions. Now you may not have Janie's Girls, but you might have a stamp and put captions on it so people can do some light cartooning. And here is a tag to go with it. So it's just a light-hearted look, and it can be more serious, a lot of this paper, and then have some of these. But it is a wonderful way of using up paper. Again, this is a small little pocket. These ladies, I always find them in a magazine. They always make me kind of chuckle. And so I add them on. And you notice it's just a page there. So you can write, it's just to add some interest, napkin decoupage. And then I added a book page, some napkins. It's like I said, I keep repeating myself. Just a fun way, a nice gift. Book pages, I did some gessoing on this. And here is, again, another little collage there with a little girl and then a piece of paper and the doily. Keep working at that. Practice, practice, practice. It doesn't come easily to me. And these, just a little whimsy. These are some tags back here, all different kinds of paper. And what I really love about this is this layering of different sizes with different pages. It's just, I guess that's a smash book part of it. And this is what I was looking for. I look for magazine pictures. I just think they're just kind of fun if they make you laugh. So when I make these kinds of books, I look for pictures like this just to make you laugh. I also look for memo pads. This is stationery. So if you find some interesting stationery, this is a wonderful place. This is a gigantic tag, which I just think is wonderful for these kinds of journals. And all of this they're left blank on purpose. So I'm just a quick walkthrough. Gigantic tags. It's a different departure for me. Found a book with some wonderful illustrations. I found this book, I think it was a day book from the Year of the Rat a few years ago. So I think that's really nice. Here's a pocket. Here's the Year of the Rat. And I added just, sometimes just a little bit speaks volumes. And again, what you can do is just lightly gessoed, a stray napkin decoupage here. stationery or a pad, cards. You can put cards in here, and I don't split them in half. So this is what they look like in here. And as you can see, I was learning how to use my punch here. Here is again a napkin decoupage, like a tuck spot. And the new owner, I just gave her a bunch of papers, die cuts that she could use to decorate further. Here's another one with a paint, sample paint, and just bits and pieces you can use to complete this. So and there's another pocket. But the main purpose of this walkthrough was just to show you this closure. So if you have some pretty ribbon, a button, it could be something different that you might try at a later date. So again, just a quick walkthrough, and we'll see you again.